All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to pull back the curtain on a financial commentary channel that has just, well, figured it out. They've mastered turning views into a real, thriving business. So we're going to break down exactly how they built such a massive audience and, what makes their strategy tick. Let's dive in.
So first things first, let's just talk about the sheer scale here. We're looking at a channel with over 470,000 subscribers. I mean, think about that. That is a huge audience, and it's the absolute foundation of their entire business model.
Okay, so what's the big promise? What gets nearly 500,000 people to click that subscribe button? Well, the channel's own description lays it out pretty clearly. It says it's a guide for investing in, well, everything. Stocks, crypto, gold, you name it. It's positioning itself as this essential, must-have resource in what we all know is a super complex market.
Right. So how do they actually deliver on that promise? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and analyze the content. You'll see that their entire strategy really rests on two powerful pillars. These two types of programming that work together perfectly to keep their audience informed and, more importantly, engaged.
And here you can see those two pillars in action, side by side. On the one hand, you've got this super urgent, timely market analysis. Stuff with titles like Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz, or Bitcoin supply is contracting. This is the kind of content that's all about what's happening right now. But then, on the other side, you've got these evergreen educational series. These are the deep dives. And this blend, well, that's the secret sauce, isn't it? The timely stuff hooks new viewers in, but it's the educational deep dives that build that long-term trust and authority that makes them stick around.
Okay, so they use this really smart content strategy to build up this big, loyal audience. But how do you turn that audience into an actual business? I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right? Well, the answer here lies in a really interesting core collaboration. And that brings us to the central question if you really want to understand their business model. Who exactly is Hopla Finance? You see this name pop up constantly across the channel, and let me tell you, it is the absolute key to how they're making money from their expertise, way beyond just standard YouTube ads.
Yeah, this partnership is just woven so deeply into the fabric of the channel. I mean, this is not just a simple sponsorship, no way. It's a full-on collaboration. We're talking dedicated playlists, tons of shorts, community posts. They even have their own separate channel that gets cross-promoted. And here's the real kicker. This partner offers a paid subscription service. They co-create market analysis specifically for those paying subscribers. That right there, that's the primary engine driving the business.
And get this quote from one of their videos just perfectly sums up their whole value proposition. It says, "In war, institutions buy, and Hopla follows." Wow. I mean, the message couldn't be clearer, right? They're offering you an inside track, a way to basically copy the moves of the big institutional players. That is an incredibly powerful hook to get people to sign up for their paid service.
But listen, a successful channel like this, it's not just about the videos and the business deals. There's another layer. It's also about building a real relationship with the audience. So let's take a step back from the videos for a second and look at how this creator really nurtures their community.
Honestly, the channel's community tab is like a masterclass in audience management. When you look back, you can see this really clear, deliberate strategy playing out. Go back 2 years and you see them polling the audience. They're basically doing market research for what would eventually become their paid service. Then, a year ago, there's this really important post warning about fake accounts, which is a great way to reinforce that they're the real deal. And then, just a couple weeks ago, you see a personal update mixed in with, you guessed it, another cross-promotion. It's just the super savvy mix of market research, brand protection, and that personal touch.
So, when you piece it all together, you take the content strategy, you add in the business partnership, and you top it off with that community engagement, what you get is a really clear blueprint. It's basically a repeatable model for how to build a successful financial influencer business right from scratch.
Let's just lay it out, super simple. Step 1, you build a big audience using frequent, timely, high-stakes analysis. Step 2, you establish yourself as an authority. You build that deep trust with your educational content. Step 3, you find a partner with a specialized service so you can offer a premium paid product. And finally, step 4, you have to constantly nurture that audience, right? You use direct community engagement to keep them loyal. You see how that works? It's like a self-reinforcing flywheel.
So it's pretty clear this model is incredibly effective. And honestly, it's a template we're starting to see more and more out there. It successfully blends free content, a loyal community, and direct sales. And that leaves us with a final, bigger question to chew on. As more and more creators build these kinds of integrated businesses, part media, part service, how is that changing things? How is the line between providing information and running business being redrawn in the whole world of online finance?